Arm injured, but must keep getting gains. Can't let it stop me. Welcome back to Self-Built. Today, I'm gonna be showing you some pieces of equipment you can use to train around certain injuries, specifically the elbow and wrist. Now we get it, life happens. You might get injured in the gym, you might get injured doing something else, you might get tendonitis. There's a lot of ways that you can make it so you're not able to fully train in the gym. Now I'm gonna teach you a couple ways you can get around that. You might not be full strength or full range of motion, but you're gonna be the next best thing. I do have a disclaimer though, I'm not a doctor or physical therapist, so this is at your own discretion. You may have pieces of equipment like this or something similar. It's just to give you the idea. And there's a bonus. You're gonna find that using these methods can also help build that mind-muscle connection. So that's a sweet bonus too. So hang on tight, because here we go. All right, here's the first piece of equipment. These are just ab straps. Now, when you're doing back, you're gonna be doing a lot of pulling your elbows backwards. So all you simply have to do, now I'll show you more in depth, but this is just a quick preview, is you're just gonna place this sleeve right behind your elbow. Depends on what kind of injury you have. You can have your elbow in there, as long as that doesn't cause discomfort. But all you're gonna do is have a chain on the top, arm in, and you're just gonna pull back. Very simple. Takes the biceps, forearms, takes everything below the elbow out of the picture. So that way you can train around it and helps you focus on the muscle you're trying to hit. So that's an idea for you too. So this is one option. Second option are, if you have these, I don't know the technical term, but I'll call them ankle madoobies for your cables. So you'll wrap this around your ankle typically, and then you'll have a carabiner on here. So just really quick, what I did for this is just wrap it around here, just like this. And then I try to pull it pretty tight. I mean, you might have bigger arms than me, which is fine. But the problem you may run into is I like to have these hooks close together, so when you're doing heavier weight, it's not just all stressed on one. So that way you don't have to worry about wearing out your equipment. But once you got it on, you can attach it like this. You can attach it so that way you can hook a chain to this or cables, and that way, same thing. All you do is just pull your arm back, whatever angle you're trying to do your back. So this is the other method that I suggest you trying. So that way you can keep training at your own discretion. And something that I believe in a lot is if you have any type of injuries or anything like that, being able to just work out, get your blood moving, get nutrients into that injured area, I feel like it helps it heal a lot quicker. So that's just my opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. But with my experience, it's helped a lot. So I hope this helps you too. So let me show you some different ways you can hook this up, different ideas for back workouts. All right, so first, I feel like the bad guy on Iron Man too. Anyways, first I'm gonna show you how it looks with the little ankle cable wrap attachment, my bobbers, for any sort of back exercise. So I'm gonna show you 3 different variations you can do on back, and then I'll show you 3 with the ab straps, just to kind of get that idea across. So with this, you can obviously just attach those 2 cables. So I'm gonna show you a cable exercise. If you don't have cables, I'll show you how you can use free weights, and then I'll show you another cable one. So with this, you just attach it. You can change the length if you need to. So I'm gonna be doing just a lat pull down. I think this is also called a barbarian pull down, if I remember right. Could be wrong, but that's okay. So let's say your arms, you're just gonna take the hands out of the equation. So I'm gonna get into a pull down position, and then all you do is just pull straight back. You get a little more under, that's kind of a row. But you'll go just like this. And it forces you to use just your lats and some shoulders, takes arms out, which a lot of people biceps will take over. You can also do more of a neutral grip. Pulling down really close. So completely awesome. Even if you feel healthy, you can still do this just to help build your mind-muscle connection. Then if you want to do something like pullovers, since we're already here, take the arms out of it, and you just bring your arms straight, elbows straight back. Almost feels like cheating. A lot of times your forearms will give out before your muscles actually start to. So this is an awesome way to hit the muscle you're going for. So there's 2 quick exercises. Next one I'll show you how to do a free weight. So let's get to that one. Okay, third exercise for this setup is just gonna be a weight plate. I'm sure a lot of people have those around, but any sort of weight you can do this on. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have it be a 1-arm dumbbell, not a dumbbell row, but we'll just call it a 1-arm row. How's that? So since you've got these chains, I'm just gonna take one off. This will make sense in just a second here. I'm gonna attach this so it's extra long. And then I'm just gonna put the chain through the hole. So that way, look, no hands. So that way, say your arm, elbow, if this is comfortable, of course, then all you gotta do, bring that elbow back. Boom. So you can do this for also lower cables if you're wanting to do some of that. But definitely an easy setup. As long as you got some chain, carabiner, these things are the most universal things you can have in a home gym. But give those a try. And then I'm just gonna quickly blow through the other exercises because they're pretty similar, except they just don't have this setup. But there's some minor changes. All right, here's the second variation of equipment you can use. So if that other version doesn't work for you or it's not possible, just get some ab straps, or you can honestly get some large rope. It's just something to hang onto the back of your arm. And all you do is just put your arm in. So for this first one, I'm just gonna do pullovers. So you just go like this, you just bring your arms back. You do need to kind of find a sweet spot for your elbows, just because you can slide in this. It doesn't hang on as much. So you want your elbow, I've got it right about in the middle. So that way, it doesn't want to fall right out. And you can kind of find what's comfortable. Scoot down a little more. Just depends on if your arms allow it, but just like that, and you're good to go. Now you do have to limit a little bit of range of motion with this, just because there is that chance that it might slide off your arm. But just for example on this, say you want to get the full range of motion eventually, well, you'll get way up here, and then you can go about halfway down, stop, and then go back up. And then after you fail on that, stand up a little bit more where you're about halfway, and then finish. So it adds a little bit of variety. So there's some ideas for you. Then if you're gonna do some sort of pull down, put your elbows in again. If you're able to, you can just kind of lightly hang on to this. Or if it's not possible, you don't have to. But you're able to still work your lats without having to use any forearm, no bicep, no elbow, no wrist. You might not be able to do your normal amount of weight, but at least you're still able to train. Keep that muscle from atrophying and keep your mental state a little happier. So give that a try as well. I'm gonna move into the last exercise really quick. Instead of doing a free weight, I don't think this would be a very good option, just because when you're stretched, it just doesn't give you that range of motion. It'll slide off. If you can come up with a better way, go for it, that's great. But with this, just gonna show you with cables. So I've got it attached to the ground. You wanna slide your arms in again. You can also do longer chain. Totally fine, there's no rules. But you can see I've got my elbows locked back. And then you can lean forward, or if you want it long enough, you can stand, but there's no perfect way of doing it. This way it really helps you focus on that back. And you can slide right out just like that. So if you're having any sort of injuries, or if you just want to try some new way to build your mind-muscle connection, give that stuff a try. It's good stuff. All right, so that is the end of showing you different ways you can still train without having to use this area and this area of your arm. So I hope that helps somebody out. You don't have to fully copy what I'm doing, but if it just gives you the idea that you just need something back here so you can pull for back. In the future, I'll be showing you how to use the same equipment to train chest, and there's some exercises that I still use, whether I'm feeling good or not, because it gives you such a good isolation in your chest. So stay tuned for that. And if you like this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe over there. And leave your comments down below. Love to hear what you have to say. If you tried it out, definitely give it a try. There's some gems in there for building that mind muscle. So we will see you next time on Self Built.